How the fuck do I even start this shit, dude? It's like my first time doing like an actual fucking Q&A or whatever, but whatever. Let's start. What's going on, YouTube? Today, obviously, it's a different kind of video, but I wanted to make this Q&A as a somewhat as a thank you for getting me to 100 subs. I mean, 100 subs on YouTube is wild. I can't even cap. Like, I never would have really thought that I would have even made it to 100. I was surprised I made it to 50 like a couple years ago, but the support and the love that you guys have been giving me on the recent videos and some of the shorts that I've been posting, it's honestly been amazing, and I love you guys so much for it. So in return, mainly because I couldn't really think of anything else to fucking do, I figured I'd do a Q&A just so, you know, I could have y'all get to know me a little bit better, because I don't really talk about myself that much, not even on stream even. But I asked Twitter and Instagram as well for some questions for today's video. I got a good amount, enough to hopefully make this video a decent amount. I got a lot of questions from the same people, but we'll read them anyway because they're all good questions. So without further ado, let's get into the first one. And I'm just gonna have some fucking Diablo in the background. I mean, I didn't want to deal with COD and get angry during this. So, but anyways, question number one comes from a good friend of mine, Aiden, aka at Yefos on Twitter. He asks, what about content creation do you enjoy the most, and who inspires you? Probably, if I'm honest, probably just like the streaming aspect. Like, sure, yeah, the videos are cool. Like, making the videos, they can be fun, and reliving the recording sessions of whatever that video is based on. Like, it's always fun to go back and laugh at whatever idiotic fucking recording session I just had. But I mean, it's mainly just streaming. Like, I got into content creation years ago, and I never really would have thought that I would have had any kind of a community to just shoot the shit with for streams, but now that I actually do, it's amazing. I love it so much. Like, just being able to sit down and unwind after like work or whatever and talk to you guys, it's a lot of fun. And granted, 90% fuck granted, 90% of the time my chat's bullying me and during streams. It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, question number two comes from another good friend of mine, Des, or at Torturer. He asks kind of the same thing, but it's different, so I'll answer it. He asks, what made you want to do content creation? So I started doing this whole content creation thing probably about like, fuck, 7 years ago at this point, maybe. I started it from Destiny 1. That was the original form of content that I was making, and it was only on Instagram. I didn't really post on YouTube much at all. But I mean, I've for as long as I can remember, I've always watched YouTube and watched streams of my favorite streamers. Like, I grew up watching Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, Markiplier, all of them. And I've always wanted to do that because it seemed like a lot of fun. Like, the whole idea of being able to make a living and shit off of gaming. Like, I can't think of a better job, or a job that I would rather have. Just, I mean, because we all play video games for free anyway. It's in our free time. Like, we all enjoy playing video games, but to be able to do that, to support yourself and be your own boss and all that, like, it sounds amazing. So growing up watching all those YouTubers, it's always been something kind of in the back of my mind, for like something to possibly try and see if I could get any headway into that whole field. But it took a while for me to get to the point where I was confident enough in myself and my ability to make videos to even start, which is why I started with just an Instagram and just making like little BS fucking like Destiny montages or whatever that I look back on sometimes and they're pretty fucking cringe. Like, the clips are bad. Like, but at the time I thought they were fire as shit. But you know, it's a fun field. It's a great field to get into, and I've met so many people that I would have never even had the chance of meeting if I didn't decide to get into this field, which is something I'm very much grateful for. I mean, some of my best friends today I've met through this whole content creation thing. So I'm glad I did it. Next question comes in from Dusty, another dog, my guy, COD Goat. We love Dusty. He asks, will I be getting Modern Warfare 3 even if it's just a copy of Modern Warfare 2? I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, no, that game's definitely gonna be dog shit. Like, I'm not gonna buy the next COD. I'm gonna buy the next COD. Like, whether it's another Vanguard or whether it's the best thing that we've gotten in a long time. I mean, there's no real point in shitting on COD at this point, because it's shouting into an empty room. Like, nobody's listening, nobody cares from Activision side. All I care about is money. But obviously, I hope that Modern Warfare 3 is going to be good and not a waste of money, and you know they actually give us good content or whatever. But with how things have been going lately, it's more wishful thinking than anything. But yeah, I'll be getting Modern Warfare 3 when it drops. Next question comes in from another great friend, Monster Girl. She asks, favorite horror game you have recorded thus far? Well, I mean, I don't know if I can really say that any of them are really my fucking favorite, because they give me heart problems. But if I was to choose one, a while back I had streamed a game called Emily Wants to Play 2, which to this day is probably the scariest fucking game I've ever played in my life. It's a toss-up between that and Summer of 58, but yeah, I streamed that, fuck, I don't even know how many years ago at this point, probably like 3. And god, dude, like I wish I would have played that game like now that I'm getting into the whole making YouTube videos and shit, because all I got out of that was obviously the stream and I think like a minute long like highlights video that I posted on Instagram after that stream. But fuck going back to that game, that shit's not happening, absolutely not. That game nearly fucking killed me. But yeah, if I was to choose one, it would probably be Emily Wants to Play 2. That game was so fucked. Next question coming in from Capture, another COD goat. When will you get picked up to Obey? I don't know. Do I have real high hopes for me joining Obey? Not exactly. I mean, it's more so just something for me to go for, and if I get into it, that would be awesome. But I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't really know what to really say with that. Like, yeah, it would be cool to join, but is it going to, or will they? No idea. But I'm gonna try to give them a reason to. Next question comes in from a great supporter, lovely friend, Jackie, aka Prod. I've never tried to pronounce the name before. I'm not gonna fucking try now. But she asks, face reveal. Okay. Regarding the face reveal, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen eventually. I said a while ago that if I hit affiliate on kick.com/MVS. If I hit affiliate on Kick, then I would buy a webcam and do a webcam stream. Now, if I continue doing webcam streams after that, completely depends on how the first one goes. But I mean, I'm gonna keep my word. When I hit affiliate on Kick, I will do the face reveal, I guess. I don't know. I with how long I've been doing this content creation thing, I never really considered doing a face reveal, because for a long time I struggled pretty heavily with like the whole self-confidence thing or whatever. But I've gotten to a point in my life where that's starting to be built up, and I'm not quite as like hard on myself, I guess you could say, with how I look. I definitely look a lot better now than I did in, say, like high school. So that's probably part of the reason why I'm more open to doing the face reveal now. But yeah, affiliate on Kick, I'll do the face reveal. Next question comes in from my guy Turner. He asks, what's your go-to breakfast? I mean, it's usually just cereal. Like I have an unhealthy addiction to cereal, so if there's cereal in my house, more than likely I'll have like a bowl or 2 or 3. It's bad, dude. It's really bad. Anytime I go out to people's houses or I sleep over somewhere and they have cereal, like, yeah, I always have a few bowls. I don't know what it is about cereal. It's been a thing with me since I was a kid. But I guess that would be my go-to breakfast. But then again, as of late, I don't really eat breakfast much anymore. Like my first meal of the day is typically lunch and then dinner. Maybe I'll have some kind of snack or whatever after all of that, but 90% of the time it's just lunch and dinner. Next question from Jackie again. She asks, what Mexican foods have I tried? Off the top of my head, I can't really think of a lot besides like the basics, like, you know, fucking quesadillas, tamales, empanadas, rice and beans. I mean, it hasn't been, I haven't tried any like genuine Mexican food, if that makes sense. There hasn't been much. There hasn't been much Mexican dishes that I've had besides the basic ones, I guess, that most people have had. But empanadas, fire. I'm pretty sure the next couple of questions are going to be from Jack, so thank you, Jack, for asking as many questions as you did, I guess. I'll be answering all of them, but this one, she asks, what type of pets do I have? If I can, I'm pretty sure I have a couple pictures of them. If I can, I'll probably take a picture of them and put a picture of up on while I'm editing. But I currently have 2 dogs. One name is Bella. We've had her for, God, I think like 9 years. I think I can't math right now. We got her December of 2014, so however long that is. But that dog's like my best friend. I love Bella to death. And my mom ended up having her produce 2 litters, and my second dog, Nico, who is one of her kids, we decided to keep from the first litter. He's, I believe, about 2 years old now. This motherfucker is a little demon. He's something. He's not a huge fan of people, I've come to find out, or like people he doesn't know anyway. He gets pretty hostile, but like with the people that live in my house, he's a little fucking sweetheart, and he does not allow you to pet Bella or to give Bella any sort of affection at all. I guess he'll come right over and like bite your hand and shit and try to get in the way of you petting her so you can pet him. He's a little asshole, man, but I love him to death. Next question, she asks, how did I get into gaming? I grew up with 3 brothers, so I'm the youngest in my family of 5 total siblings. My sisters didn't live in the house when I was growing up. They were already moved out, but my 3 brothers, they were all in high school while I was growing up. So I'm pretty sure they moved out probably when I was like 5 or some shit. I don't know. But I mean, growing up with 3 brothers, video games was basically all we did whenever we weren't outside, like at the park or whatever, when my parents would force them to bring me over there. But I have a lot of fond memories of the games that the 3 of us would play. A very prominent one is like a bunch of fighting games. We were really big into fighting games back then and competing against each other and whatnot, like Smash Bros and Tekken and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, all that shit. One thing that we used to always do with new fighting games is we would go into the story mode if it had one and go to the hardest difficulty. Even if we just bought the game and didn't play a single minute of it, we would instantly go to the hardest difficulty we could, and then we would always take turns fighting all the bosses and shit, and if you died you had to pass the controller and keep doing that until somebody won. And if somebody finally beat the boss, if we were struggling on him for like an hour or some shit, the reaction would be crazy. We would all be screaming and jumping all over the place. One of my most fond memories growing up. So I mean, between that and all the other games we used to play, it was only a matter of time before I'd get as addicted to gaming as I did. But yeah, I got into gaming through my wonderful siblings. Next question. What's the shoe collection looking like? Fucking garbage. Horrible. Horrendous. Terrible. I need to get new shoes, desperately. I've had the same 2 pairs of shoes since like early high school. I've had the same pair of black fucking Vans and a pair of white Air Force Ones that I had custom made by some Instagram shoe designer chick. I can't remember what her name is now, but she did an awesome job. She did an Ed Netty design on the Air Force Ones that I have, and I'm in love with them. I haven't worn them that much because I'm scared to get them fucked up, but yeah, I love those shoes, but I need to get more desperately. Next question, coming in from Turner yet again. He asks, what is my favorite memory in gaming or time with friends? That's a question. That's a toughie. I guess one of my favorite memories that I've had would be back in Destiny 1. I used to help a lot of people out with carries in a game mode called Trials. A lot of you probably already know game mode if you have been following me since I was playing Destiny. But there was this kid. I say kid as if I wasn't a fucking child back then myself, but there was this kid back in D1 that had never been flawless in Trials, which if you don't know is going 7 wins with no losses, or with 1 loss if you have a specific item. He had never been flawless in Trials, and when you go flawless in Trials, you get to go to a endgame area called the Lighthouse that was a very, very big deal to get into. A lot of people really want to get there. But this little kid, he couldn't have been any older than like 7 or some shit. He had never been flawless before, and me and another friend of mine, his name was Sky, we decided to give it a shot and try and get him there, and we, by some stroke of luck, we actually did. And the kid's reaction to going flawless for the first time was it was so heartwarming, man. Like he started, I'm pretty sure if my memory serves me correctly, he started like either tearing up or just full out crying. I remember him getting his mom into the room so that she could see and all that, and him just constantly showering us and his thanks and all that shit. It was so heartwarming and very adorable. And that kid is the reason why I continued to do Trials carries even into Destiny 2, as horrible as that fucking game was. And not only do those Trials carries, but do them for free, which is like unheard of in my fucking brain at this point. But that is probably by far my favorite gaming moment. But with friends, it's probably one of the many times at like 4 a.m. with my friends from high school when we were playing COD, just laughing at fucking anything because we were just overtired and delusional by that point. I hope that answers your question. Next question coming in from Jackie again. She asks, when is my birthday? I was born March 19th, 2002. I am 21 years old, and that's kind of crazy to think about, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's my birthday. I don't really know what else I can add to that. Next question from, you guessed it. She asked, any hobbies other than gaming? I mean, not really, as sad as that sounds. Not really. It's mainly gaming and I guess listening to music. A while ago I tried getting into trying to learn guitar. I learned a couple of songs on my guitar, and then I put it down. Don't know why. I kind of want to get into it again because learning it was a lot of fun, and I love guitar. It would be really cool to actually learn how to play it and be able to come up with shit on my own and stuff like that. But that's something I'm sure I'll do at a later date. I don't know, because guitar lessons are fucking expensive. Next question coming in from Slight, my guy. He asks, how have you handled switching from controller to mouse and keyboard, and what do you struggle with the most? All in all, the switch from controller to mouse and keyboard hasn't been too bad, I would say. I mean, this isn't my first like interaction with mouse and keyboard. I've had a PC for a while. It's just the PC I had before the one that I have right now was complete and utter dog shit. So I wasn't really able to play very many games. But for a while when I first got it, I was able to play Destiny and like Black Ops 3, Zombies, or whatever. So I have like the basics and the fundamentals down already for mouse and keyboard. It's really just a matter of getting my shot better and working on movement a bit more. As far as what I struggle with the most on it, regarding COD, it's probably like up close fights and long distance fights. I guess it's just my centering when it comes to up close or long distance. It is absolutely fucking horrendous. But I mean, we're working on it. We're working on it. We'll get there. But it's been a lot of fun though. It's been a lot of fun going from controller to mouse and keyboard. It's like relearning how to game all over again. But yeah, hope that answers your question. But anyway, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks again so much for 100 subs on YouTube. You guys are amazing. I love each and every one of you that have decided to subscribe to my channel for whatever reason. Whatever that reason may be, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you continue to support what I'm doing here. It's truly a very, very heartwarming feeling seeing how many people actually enjoy my stuff, when for the longest time I didn't think that I was really all that entertaining. But thanks to everyone who submitted questions. A lot of good questions, unlike some people who will not be named. Maybe I'll do this again for like the next milestone video if you guys want it. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. If you want to see more shit like this, be sure to leave a comment, let me know. But that's gonna be it for me. Love y'all. See you in the next one. Bye bye. With that bag inside my pockets. On my side of classy thotty, and she looks on